Taylor Swift, let's talk about it. Her effect on the economy is huge. So here with money and career lessons we can take from the successful songstress is David Lester. Give him some love. David, I'm excited about this. This is the only way I kind of want to talk about money. So can you break down Taylor's impact in numbers?
I sure can. And not only is Taylor Swift Times Person of the Year, she also is a superwoman powerhouse business lady. They really should change GDP to GDT, you know, gross domestic Taylor, because you should see these numbers. Okay. So first of all, 2.2 billion in ticket sales in North America, huge. Wow. 250 million just from her AMC concert that was playing in the AMC theaters that she negotiated herself. Yeah. 200 million streaming, another 100 million from Spotify. You can see that she is, you know, a whole environmental system herself.
She totally is. She's like a nation state. She
really is a nation state. That's what kind of money she demands. And then indirectly as well, the ripple effects are huge. So every ticket holder spends around $1,300 in local restaurants, hotels. You can see that the bracelets, you know, they have like her cat's names. The friendship bracelets, yes. Exactly. Michaels and Etsy's are going through the roof with their sales. I think it was like 5.5 million through Etsy just for these bracelets, which is completely insane. And then also she supports her friends. Yes. We have Kristen Juchek with their puffy jackets. Yes. She has a deal now with NFL. She gained like 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh my gosh, what can I make for Taylor Swift?
Yeah, seriously, how do we get in here?
Yeah, right? Yeah. Incredible. And sorry, was there anything more in terms of numbers?
And then, of course, NFL, now that she's been dating Kelsey, 2 million NFL viewers have been added to their roster. So it's huge. Goodness. The ripple effects are really big.
Who's this Travis Kelce guy? Just joking. It drives my husband crazy when I say that. I'm like, now we know who he is. He's like, we've always known. Okay, so Swiftonomics. It's a thing. And what we want to talk about right now is how we can apply Taylor's money, the way she is with money into our own lives, her mindset, really. So you say we have to market ourselves. That is the first step.
That is. The first step is marketing yourself. So people see dancers and singers and performers just for them, but I think she has such a huge following because of her integrity, and what she shows herself on TV is who she is behind the scenes when the cameras turn off and when she's not singing and dancing and doing these things. And so we want to be the same type of person when we have our own businesses, when we're negotiating at work. You really want to show the integrity and build that brand that you are coming in early, you know, leaving late, leaning in at meetings. You really want to show who you are so that people want to work with you and want to do business with you.
Yeah, and like, don't be a jerk.
Exactly.
Because that's not part of her brand, right?
Not at all.
She's looking out for the people around her, and I think that counts.
Absolutely. And she's like a jerk head basher. Like, you see what she does in the next point.
Okay, all right. Well, we should also be ready to advocate for ourselves, just like Tay-Tay.
That's right.
What's your example?
So talking about jerks, the private equity fund and also Scooter Braun allegedly went in and tried to grab her masters. And she was like, hells no. And she went back in. She re-recorded all of her 6 albums, which have broken sales records. Even on TikTok, when one of her old versions was viral, she quickly recorded the new Taylor version and sent it in there and told all her fans to please be downloading this so that, you know, that these private equity people had nothing to do with her success, aren't profiting from all the success she has.
Amazing. And then because she has a solid brand and people like her, her fans are like, we're only going to listen to Taylor's version.
Exactly.
So that money goes back into her pocket. So that's also about being not a jerk.
Absolutely.
So talk to us a little bit about having different revenue streams.
Yes, and you can see that Taylor does this too. Not only does she have the AMC movie contract and the merchandise and the tours and re-recording and owning her own masters, but she has all these different streams of income. So if one goes down, she has other ones. And we can do the same thing in our own personal lives. In this Airbnb life that we're living in, we can go ahead and rent out a laneway, or if you have a basement, or if you have your own business and there's wall space, like get artists or someone in the community in there, and you can get different streams of income from the things that you already own.
Yes.
Even now with cars, like you can have, there's Airbnb for cars too, that if you're not using your car, if you're away for a bit, you can rent that out. Or if you have a cottage.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's good for the environment too. Like let's share these things instead of buying new ones.
Absolutely, and all these extra streams of incomes. Even once you build a bit of a nest egg, you can create dividend income from it. And there's all these ripple effects to that. Dividend income is tax preferred, so you really want to set up these little. When we were kids, we learned that we were going to have one stream of income, and that was it. And then we really have to look to Taylor and other successful entrepreneurs and get a bunch of streams of income. So if one goes down, then we have other ones to support ourselves.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about giving back.
Yes.
So Taylor does this. She does this on her tours. She does this just in her life. What are some of the things she's giving back to, and why should we do this?
For sure. It's amazing. During COVID, she would be looking at her Twitter feed, and if someone couldn't pay the rent, she'd hop in and Venmo them money, and so they'd be able to pay their rent. Yeah. I saw this one lady want to go, her dream was to go to university, and she cut the check for her to go to university. And it's genuine. It's like coming from, you can see the screen grab where it's coming from. It's coming directly from her. And we can do the same in our own personal lives and build that brand. Not only is it great to network, because if you're on a board of directors of a philanthropical topic that you're interested in, you'll have great networking connections. You can also, if you give money donations, there's a tax back for that.
Yep.
And so you're really walking the walk. You're not just, it adds just like the overall brand, just like Taylor does, and makes you feel a little bit better.
Absolutely. It makes you feel good. It's an abundance mindset. The more you have, the more you have. Give as much as you can. It'll all come back to you.
Absolutely.
The only caution I would have, children that are watching the show, you don't need to be a billionaire. It's really hard to be an ethical billionaire. Just make enough and give away enough so that you can live a good life.
Absolutely.
But great tips that we got from Taylor.
It's more about the mindset, right?
It's more about the mindset than the actual dollars and cents,
and
right?
now that we have a new one, we can never, ever, ever get back together with our old mindset, our old money mindset, now that we have a new one.
Love it. Love it. Here for it, David. Thank you.